You're listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. The show that gives pastors and church leaders the clarity they need to protect their people, property, and ministry.
Welcome back to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. I'm your host, Ron Wadley with Insurance for Texans. In our first episode, we laid the foundation for why this podcast exists, which is to give church leaders like you clarity and confidence when it comes to insurance. Today, I want to give you a roadmap. Think of this as a preview of the journey we'll take together in the weeks ahead, because understanding church insurance isn't about memorizing policy language. It's about knowing the key areas where your church is most at risk and learning how to protect your ministry when the unexpected happens. A pastor in East Texas once told me, "Ron, I don't even know what questions I should be asking about insurance." And he's not alone. Most church leaders step into conversations about coverage feeling like they're playing catch up. That's why a clear roadmap matters. When you know what's ahead, you can ask the right questions and make better decisions for your congregation. So what does that roadmap look like? Over the next series of episodes, we'll walk through the major coverage areas that every Texas church needs to at least understand. Some of them will apply directly to you, some may be less so. But having the knowledge is what allows you to be a good steward of your church's future. Here are the key topics we'll be covering. Property coverage, from hailstorms to burst pipes. We'll unpack how your building and assets can be protected when disaster strikes. General liability. What happens if someone slips, falls, or gets hurt at your church? We'll talk about why liability protection is non-negotiable. Pastoral liability. Ministry often involves counseling and care. We'll cover what happens if accusations arise, even when your intentions were pure. Sexual misconduct. Liability. A difficult but essential conversation, because this type of coverage protects both your people and your ministry. Cyber liability. As more churches accept online donations and store member information digitally, we'll explore how to safeguard your congregation from cyber attacks. Other coverages to consider: things like employment practices, workers' compensation, directors and officers insurance, and even umbrella coverage for added protection. And because context matters, we'll also highlight the top 5 claims churches in Texas face: hail damage, water leaks, slip and fall injuries, volunteer accidents, and cyber incidents. Here's the good news. You don't need to master every detail to be a wise steward. You just need to understand the landscape, know where your risks really are, and have a trusted guide to walk with you. That's what this podcast is designed to do, step by step, one topic at a time. So as you listen to upcoming episodes, think of them as tools for your toolkit. Each one will give you something practical you can take back to your church, whether that's a better question to ask your insurance agent or a clearer picture of how to plan for the future. If your church is already feeling the squeeze of rising premiums or has even received a cancellation notice, visit insurancefortexans.com to see how we can help. And if you'd like to go deeper, we've written a book just for church leaders called The Promise of Certainty. You can get your copy at thepromiseofcertainty.com. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, I'm Ron Wadley, reminding you that protecting your church isn't about paperwork and policies. It's about preserving the ministry God has entrusted to you.
Thanks for listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, insurance isn't just about policies. It's about safeguarding the mission God has called you to lead.